Hello everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your monthly reading for January, and this will be for the sign of Libra. Libra, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, for all your beautiful gifts, donations, comments, whatever else you send my way. Thank you so much. Please remember though, these readings are only general. I'm going to use the Tarot Mucha for your reading. We'll give them a good shuffle. Okay, and remember, if the readings don't resonate, don't make them fit. Move on to another reader. Okie dokie. Ready to go. Alrighty, Six of Swords coming out for you first off. This is your main energy for the month of January. This is about moving away from things, and I've seen this a lot with the readings for the month. January appears to be a time where we're sort of moving away from things that no longer serve us. This can be a relationship, a job. You may be thinking of moving away from a place where you currently live. So you may be sort of packing up your swords and going. It looks to me like there may be some confusion around how to do this. Maybe you're just taking this leap of faith here and moving into the unknown. Sometimes the Seven of Cups can talk about illusions. So maybe you're coming out of an illusion here and moving in a different direction. Okay, we have the Two of Pentacles here. So this is about a choice. This is a choice of head over heart, heart over head. But it's about making a more logical decision here by balancing out the odds. We have the Four of Pentacles. So it's about giving something up here. Five of Wands and the Five of Swords. Wow, something that's been a bit of a challenge. This is about love here. Could be about a Gemini if you're dealing with Gemini. You're moving away from a situation where there seems to have been a lot of conflict and a lot of issues and problems. Something couldn't be left alone here. So maybe you've moved away from a relationship where somebody couldn't let something go. Maybe there's a lot of hanging on to stuff and it's really confused you here and you're moving away from it. So to me, it could be any situation. But the fact you've got the Lovers card here says to me, for some of you, this is about love where you can't resolve something. It looks to me like you've put a lot of effort in trying to resolve something, but it's not working. So let's look into it further. Okay, so we have, could be dealing with a Leo because we have the Strength card here. Now, this is the card of sort of pulling out all stops. You know, you're willing to go the full or the whole 9 yards, the full gamut here. You really wanted to give something a go. So it looks to me like you've put a lot of effort into a situation here that may not have turned out the way you want it. Okay, here come all the major arcana. So we have Temperance coming out here. So the Temperance card is about balance. She stands with one foot on the water and one foot on the land, meaning she's grounded as well as comfortable in her emotions. So she stands between the two. Like, oh my goodness. Okay, so then you have the Justice card coming out. So 3 major arcanas here straight out. So this is about, well, it's your card. But it's about having justice for something here. Something you've been trying to get some balance on. Something that you've been putting every effort into. You've given a situation, a love, something here, everything you've got. And it just isn't working for you. You could have been working with a King of Pentacles. So you could have been working with an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus or Virgo. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to mean this. This could be a husband or a long-term partner. And it seems to me you've put in a lot of effort into something that just you cannot work out how to get it to work properly. So it's sort of like you're giving up on something here that you feel that you've put everything into. The Justice card here really represents this sense of trying to find an answer to something. Investing in it at every level, but just not coming up with a solution. Okay, so yeah, look, here you are single. So I think for a lot of you, this is about a relationship. There appears to be an issue or problem with boundaries here. Perhaps somebody hasn't respected your boundaries. Somebody may have may have been disrespectful of you, maybe expected more from you than you were willing to put into this particular situation. Let's get some more. Oh, wow. And then we have the Star card. This is a lesson you've learned here. This is a lesson you're learning. And then we have the King of Cups coming out. So you could have been dealing with a Cancer, Pisces or Scorpio. But I feel this is more about you being quite calm and resisting the need to be emotional. Like, to me, this is you being completely grounded through this situation. We do have the World card coming out here. A lot of major arcanas here. So more than half major arcanas. And then we have the Ten of Swords. So I like this because you're finishing off a cycle. Okay, let's read it right through. Six of Swords, moving away from something that's created a level of confusion in you. You've had to weigh up whether you stay or go. But I look at this Four of Pentacles and I think you've tried ridiculously hard to work with someone, but they are absolutely stubborn and wouldn't let go of things. There seems to have been a lot of conflict. And I think for a lot of you, this is about a relationship here. Actually, I might just go beyond the... Okay, yeah, you're definitely going it alone now. So for some of you, this is walking away from a relationship. It could be moving away from a situation as well, because you're very grounded here, like you really are sort of seeing things in a very clear way. You're handling it with logic. That's why the Two of Pentacles, you're really deciding to use your head here. You're not going into your emotional self. So whatever this is, it's a situation where you're going and saying to someone, whether that's at work, in a relationship or whatever, this is not working. I've invested everything I have. I'm not getting back what I'm putting in, so I'm going to move on. And I think this is perfect because you needed to finish out this cycle. So maybe it's time for you to really stand in your truth here, and really with this Nine of I was going to call it the Nine of Boundaries again. I did it the other day too. The Nine of Wands, where you're sort of saying, you know, you don't respect my boundaries. You know, you're doing these things which don't fit nicely with me, and this isn't what I want, so I'm moving on. But you're doing it with this beautiful sense of self, you know, and following your path here. This is what it's taking for you to close out this cycle. This is what's getting rid of this negative thinking. It's like you're just not putting up with something anymore. But I do think that you've sort of hit it with everything you've got. I feel like you've thrown everything at this situation and it just hasn't come off for you. So rest assured that this had to happen this way with the Star here. This cycle had to be closed out, but kudos to you because you've done it in a way that's true to who you are. You haven't allowed someone to walk all over you. You haven't been completely assertive with this and allowed yourself to walk away with dignity, whatever it is. Definitely closing up some sort of cycle though. Sorry, I just had some I just had some salt and vinegar rice crackers, and I think they made my throat dry. We have the card of chopped wood coming out here. So I guess what the universe is saying here is, now you've made a decision to walk away. Just take your time before you make any moves on the next thing. So let's just read up on it. Okay, this is about being grounded in everyday experience and humility, which is beautiful because that's just what I see you doing here. There are times when the big dream is meant to lie dormant in your consciousness so you can pay attention to the simple chores in your life. Consider why pruning a tree is the forerunner of delighting in the beautiful blooms when it is in full blossom. The mundane act of pulling off dead leaves, watering the soil, and then leaving it to let nature take its course is an important step in manifestation. Taking your attention away from your goal brings you in a state of receptivity. This is the deeper purpose for releasing attachment. When you engage in everyday tasks in a meditative, contemplative way, you clear your energy to receive your aha moments, which brings you ever closer to what you seek. And that's perfect for this reading, because this is about you doing just that. You've just had this moment of clarity, you've carried it out with dignity and humility, and you're just moving on your way. So whatever it is for you, Libra, you're doing it in a way that's really true to who you are. Have a wonderful January.